So the Olympics, they're supposed to be this massive tourism booster, but we're getting some very conflicting reports out of France right now, with Air France actually saying they are going to be taking a $193 million hit during the Olympics, with them even putting out a statement claiming that perhaps more people are turned off by the idea of heading to Paris during the Olympics than excited by it, right? Explaining that traffic to and from Paris is lagging behind other major cities in Europe, and also adding, international markets show a significant avoidance of Paris. Travel between the city and other destinations is also below the usual June-August average, as residents in France seem to be postponing their holidays until after the Olympic Games or considering alternative travel plans. And while the airline does expect things to balance out once the Olympics are over, it is still expecting to take a loss of 180 million euros between June and August. And the thing is, according to Forbes, Air France's claims, they line up with public tourism data, with it showing a projected 15% drop in foreign arrivals in July of 2024 compared to July of 2023. This also means that hotels are taking a hit, with Forbes reporting that occupancy levels peak earlier in the games at 78%, with the lowest towards the end being around 60%. And that's even though in July of last year, the average occupancy was over 80%. You've also got other reports showing Airbnb is also struggling to fill apartments. And as far as why, there are a few potential reasons. Right? I mean, hell, you had the New York Times previously noting that Parisians have been begging people not to come to the Olympics, right? And that just because a lot of people dread having the whole planet coming to their city all at once. But also you see things like metro prices going up significantly for that time. Some major landmarks are going to be harder to visit, especially as there's going to be a stadium in front of the Eiffel Tower, and the park right by it will have an arena, making it that much harder to get your Emily in Paris on. Or you see things like the Eiffel Tower's website also explaining that while it's open during most of the Olympic game days, there's just going to be a lot more rules in place regarding booking and visiting. The site also adding that ahead of the games, pedestrian access along the Seine will be heavily restricted and some metro stations won't be served. And so for a lot of people, it just sounds like there's a lot of hassle that might kill the romance of a city like Paris. So all of this isn't to say like the city is just going to be empty, right? People are still going. Forbes reporting that up to 3.1 million ticket holding visitors are expected to go to the city, and 2/3 are French, with tourists from both France and abroad expected to spend nearly $3 billion. And that's without mentioning all the money set to come in from media rights and sponsorships and private investments. But still, it is very interesting to see this reaction from the public. So maybe the silver lining is if you've ever wanted to go, maybe you wait to the last second and see if you can get cheap fares. So again, if you're wanting to experience Paris, it doesn't sound like the best time. And there is probably a better time to go and get a Parisian waiter to scowl at you for not speaking perfect French. And I say Parisian and not French for a reason. Beautiful city though, and not everyone's like that.